One of the toughest things to do in all of college football is win on the road. When you're a ranked team going into a hostile environment, these fans are ready to knock them off course. Welcome, everyone, to the shores of the Tennessee River, Neyland Stadium, home of the Volunteers. As we'll see the number 16 team in the country, the South Carolina Gamecocks, taking on another team from the Big 12, the Tennessee Volunteers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. The Gamecocks will kick it off to get us underway. That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Offense in a bunch formation. Might be changing the route. Looking to throw, it's Aguilar. Makes the catch, it's Thomas. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. They were able to get the ball to the running back in space, but that space just evaporated.
And a great job by the defense, man. It's tough to get those guys on the ground. They're so used to having the football as running backs and making plays and being dynamic. So usually one guy not going to get him to the ground. You want many guys swarming to the football, trying to get that elusive guy on the ground.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. He is lucky to get that one back, and the last thing you want is to turn it over on your opening drive.
What a play by the defender that time, because he's matched up one-on-one man coverage against an outstanding wide receiver, and it's the defender who makes the play. Really, really good position. He was up to the challenge. Interesting to see if this quarterback goes his way again.
He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and fourth down's coming. The Vols line up to punt it away. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. First one of the day is on its way. Didn't see a lot of him in that loss last week. Only called on once. And they'll touch it dead at about the 40. To the running back. And the visitors start their day with nothing stopped at the line of scrimmage. Man, what a spectacular play by that defensive end to come up with the tackle there.
And you see those guys get off their football so fast. Most of these guys are 250 to 275 pounds, but they get off the ball fast, low. And the offensive linemen, they have no chance to stop those guys as quick and as fast as they are.
They're working their way toward midfield. He's out of bounds at the 46.
And that's what I love about this offense. You're not going to get all of your big chunk plays in the passing game by throwing it deep down the field. You can kind of dink and dunk. And on that RPO play, they had it dialed up and set up to go to that player in the right flat. Nice job.
Catch in the middle, it's Smith. They've got it inside the 40 at the 39 as they pick up the first down. And the Gamecocks are in the hurry-up.
And it's on third downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
Looking for a man. It's Sellers. Gets it out quickly. They'll finally put the brakes on him at the 3. A big throw, catch and run on that one. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David?
Yep, that's exactly right. Find the guy who's open, because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much damage on the field. Find my matchup, get it to him, and let him do the rest.
Now 2nd and goal, and right in the teeth of this noise. This is a designed run. He's going to lose a yard on that one. 3rd and goal, and let's see if they can even operate in this noise. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play call and everyone on the same page here. This defense will not let them run the ball in the end zone, at least not on the last 2 plays. What do they have on 3rd and goal? Caught in the backfield, it's Harbor. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, South Carolina!
Well, this offense needed a touchdown. No doubt that that was the guy the QB was going to be looking for on that play.
And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. So that's a 59-yard touchdown drive. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Looking downfield, it's Aguilar. He's going to fire deep. He's picked off, and he's thrown a dozen of them.
This corner is good in man coverage. He's also really good in zone. That time, cover 3. He's got the deep 3rd of the field, so anything deep down at the boundary is something that he's going to have a play on, and he shows you his ball skills, able to come away with that INT.
Quarterback on the keeper. Turning it on. Lots of running room. Past the 10. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Gamecocks.
Man, you've seen the evolution of the option. You've seen the evolution with scrambling quarterbacks that can run and be so dynamic and just so much to defend. The quarterback says, forget that. You defend everything, I'll take it myself. In for 6.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Toss sweep to the right. At the 35, he's loose. Wide open spaces. Getting up close to midfield. Gets it to the 48-yard line before being run out of bounds. The Volunteers, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. They're going to go right back to him on 1st down. And this one will be stopped for no gain. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Might be calling a hot route. Going to sling it on 2nd down. Fires to the wideout. Got it in the middle. It's Staley. They make the tackle at the 36, but they're in plus territory now with the 15-yard pickup. And the Volunteers with the 1st and 10. Looking for a man. It's Aguilar. Steps away to find some room. Oh, and he took a shot as he threw that one away.
A really good job by the defense. They got to understand that boy can fly. So when he gets outside the pocket, I got to make sure I'm ready to go get him. You could tell he was still being a passer. He wanted to throw the football. Nice job closing under control, getting a hit on the quarterback, and affecting the throw.
This time he's got it. Kearney on the Jets. He's guided out of bounds. They'll mark it at the 6-yard line, and this defense has to be reeling.
On a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. They make the stop, and that will likely bring us to the end of the first quarter. They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. Gets it out fast. And he murders into the end zone. Touchdown, Volunteers! Some much-needed life from this offense as they try to cut away at this lead.
No doubt. Needed something to go right. When you're down, you got to make plays. You got to get your team back in it. Great start. Keep chipping away.
Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. On the move from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. Back to throw, it's Sellers. Shoots it to the left. It's caught downfield. And they finally get him down, but not before. He's got him set up for business at the 49-yard line. Now, Lenoris Sellers was sensational down the stretch last season when the Gamecocks won 6 of 7 games. Sellers threw 18 touchdowns, only 3 picks. What would you like to see from him, David, for the Gamecocks to become a force in the SEC?
It's not running, Reese. Like, we saw the physicality in the big runs, like, throughout the season, especially against Clemson ending the season last year. But to me, it's the passing game. It's the staying on schedule. It's knowing his answers and making the easy play sometimes. Continue to evolve as a passer with that big, strong body, and you better look out.
It's a seam wide open. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
What a run. Great speed, great vision, elusiveness, and David, he's tackled down close to the goal line.
Yeah, and this offense, when you can run the football like this, man, you will have success, especially in the red zone, trying to get touchdowns.
They finally get a hold of him, knocking him down behind the line of scrimmage. He had been running wild. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. The run up the middle, trying to find its way to the goal line. Steaming into the backfield to make the stop, and he'll lose 4.
Now listen, the defense won that play. As an offense here, the key, David, you can't go back-to-back negative plays. You got to be smart with the football here. Looks like you're going to have to throw it. Just can't force it. You got to make sure you're playing with that clock in your head. You can't take a sack.
And I think this is a situation where I spread you out. I get more speed on the field. I make the defense declare. I see what they're in, but I'm definitely throwing the football.
They found a way to get in the rug, but he is stopped short, and it'll be 4th down.
You see it more and more. Smaller wide receivers, I don't care about their size anymore. I put them in the slot. I let them get a good matchup. They're so quick, people can't get their hands on them. They make plays, and I feed them the football. These are guys that have a lot of catches throughout a season.
Well, everybody in the stadium thought that was an automatic 3. Not so fast. Bad miss by the kicker.
To the air, it's Aguilar. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Throws to the wideout. And that pass will be jarred loose on second down. That brings up third down.
Well, the receiver was double covered on that play, and I don't know if the decision by the QB had to do with the pressure. Because he was hurried, he just had to get rid of that faster than he wanted to. He's lucky he didn't come away with an interception.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. The offense changing the play. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover.
And this is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Looking to throw on 1st down. He unleashes a long one. And it's caught inside the 15. And the defense was right there to make the tackle, but not before they get it to the 12 and set up in the red zone. The Gamecocks have pushed it inside the 20. The give from the gun. They get him down, but he was driving his way and gets it down to the 7-yard line.
And defensively, one of the most important things is stopping the run, being physical up front. That was too easy for this offense. You can't give up 5 and 6 yards a pop on the ground. Like, that is a recipe for disaster. They've got to be more physical, get off the ball, get downhill faster.
They'll take this lead to the 2-minute timeout and see if they can tack on a little more before the break. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. The give to the back. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Now, how about that defense on the snap? They are in the backfield with great penetration. Nowhere to go for the running back. That defense was sitting on G, waiting on O.
Scanning the field, it's Sellers. Buys a little extra time. And he just throws it away on 3rd down. I don't think you can give up on a play like that.
This is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started in their opponent territory. Now you're 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
And this one splits the uprights. And that lead grows even bigger. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great top 25 matchup. Auburn has the lead right now, but I'd hold off on that celebration over a Toomer's Corner for the moment. This one is not over. They're up by 7 over Notre Dame. Conference USA tends to make its presence felt, and we'll circle back if anything big happens you should know about.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. To the air on 1st down. Moves around to clear up the vision. Going to try to get it himself.
This is a defense that's going to be aggressive, and they're not going to just sit back and rush 4 guys on that play. They're going to send the blitz. You're getting smaller, faster guys fighting fire with fire. You know this quarterback is athletic, but we've got fast guys too, and that time, that was a great play call defensively.
Wants to go up top. Pressure coming. And he scoots his way to the 1st down and then slides to avoid the hit.
Well, I think you're starting to see some examples of why this guy is inexperienced in a freshman quarterback, right? Obviously, he's thrown a couple picks earlier in the game. That scramble right there, he's got to get down. He's got to take care of himself and slide. Great job, nice athleticism, good decision to take off.
He's running free down the middle. He's at the touchdown ball. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
That was a really big score here at the end of the first half, just for their confidence and their momentum. They're obviously still losing right now on the scoreboard, but you had the feeling something positive had to happen here at the end of the first half for them to go in at halftime, regroup, and come out in the second half now trying to build on that successful drive offensively.
He'll start the return inside his 5. He'll go out of bounds at the 27-yard line, just couldn't quite shake free. Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Back to throw. It's Sellers. Got a man. It's Brown. Good pick up a little bit short of the steps. And the Gamecocks headed quickly to the line. Going to take a shot on second and short. Didn't have much of a choice there, but to get rid of it.
Well, the ball hasn't hit the ground very often for this guy in this game, right? He's even still, after that incompletion, over 80% throwing, which is key because last game he was under 50% on his throws. He went back to work, worked on his fundamentals, and that's really showing up here.
The noise reverberating off the checkerboards in Neyland on third down. Looking to throw for it. Grabbed over the middle. It's Smith. He's got first down yardage across the 50. They'll mark it at the 49. The offense calls timeout. It's the second one they've used this half. The Gamecocks will snap it on first and 10. Looking to throw on first down. Here comes the heat. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
Well, you haven't seen a ton of incompletions in this game, and that's good news for this QB. Obviously, he struggled his last game out. Part of that was the defense. Part of that was him not playing as well as he wanted to. But in this game, he really has been, for the most part, locked in, and that is a good sign for this offense.
They get him stopped, but the big gain has them on the doorstep. Let's mark it at the 13. They'll immediately call timeout. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. From the red zone, looking for a man. Not much of a chance there. He just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack.
In most instances, I would say really, really nice decision by the quarterback. But when you've got speed like this guy has, I think you'd sometimes, instead of throwing it away, would like to see him take off and see if he can go make something with his feet.
It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. To the air, it's Sellers. Lets it go to the end zone. Had it in his hands for the score and let it fall to the turf. It'll be third down.
Man, it's so hard to play defense nowadays. You got a strike zone where you can hit people. You get flagged for targeting. You get flagged for pass interference. That was beautiful. Great job in the end zone, making it a hard window to throw into, and when he caught it, making him feel it.
Under a minute to play here in the first half, and the offense will take a knee, and that is how we'll wrap up the first half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update. And the Vols will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Trying to set the tone on the ground in the second half. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
Well, this is a defense that we know takes tons of pride stopping the run. That's where it all starts and ends with them, and you saw a great effort on that last play.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Looking to fire. That's caught. It's Bennett. And he gets it to the 45-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
Well, you haven't seen a lot of incompletions from this guy now in his last 2 games out. Completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. As a head coach, you got to love the fact that your quarterback is dialed in.
The offense getting set for a first down from the 45. Wide receiver going in motion. To the air, it's Sellers. Dances away. And he just chucks it into the 4th row.
Know the situation, know the game of football, right? When I start to get outside the pocket, I don't see anything there. I can throw the ball away. I don't have to take a sack, get a lost yardage play. I can just throw the ball out of bounds as long as it passes the line of scrimmage. We go on to the next down. No harm, no foul.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. This time it's complete. And his molars are probably rattling after that big hit, but he did get the first down.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that first down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get lined up, and you got to communicate.
Wants to throw on first down. That's reeled in. It's Harbor. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 with the first down.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be because they're now changing the tempo and going fast.
Wants to keep it in the air. Had to throw it before he wanted.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him. But this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Back to pass. It's Sellers. Out of the backfield, he's open. He was smelling that end zone, but they get him down at the 4 after the big pass play.
You know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy on them. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there, getting that first.
Wide receiver comes in motion. They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line.
And this is the area of the field where you need a really good back. You can depend on, you can give him the football. He's going to hit a little crease and just lower his shoulder, be physical, be powerful. You saw last week he got a rushing touchdown. I look for this offense to continue to feed him and maybe get him another one today.
Trying to barge their way in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Gamecocks. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, you know, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. starts from their own 25-yard line. Quarterback making adjustments. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. Couldn't find anybody to throw to. He'll just toss it away. It'll be second down.
A nice job by the quarterback there. You're outside the pocket. Nobody's open, so you throw the ball away knowing that you still have more chances to get this first down.
Behind the chains now on second and long. To throw, it's Aguilar. And he had it for a second, but it just dribbled out of his hands.
Well, it's a simple play. QB's just looking for his big fella, the tight end, and he couldn't reel it in.
If every journey begins with a step, this offense needs to step into a third down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores, and fast. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking to the big tight end. Misses again. It's incomplete, and that's 3 in a row.
Man, what a break on the football. He read that the whole way. He just couldn't finish it. You know he saw the end zone. He saw the grass in front of him to break on that and maybe take it to the house, but just a missed opportunity.
Wanted to make sure not to give them a chance for a return as it goes out of bounds. So first play of the drive coming here from their own 49. Leaves it with the batter. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
And this team needs more of that, man. Like, this is a really close football game, and you've got to get these stops down the stretch and meet the physical challenge of this offense, and they do right there, man. And that's one step closer to getting this football back and maybe making this thing a football game.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's second and 11. Back to pass. Fires to the big fella. He's loose. Finally corralled, but not before. He picked up the first down.
One of the things I love about the passing game we've seen on offense so far here is just how good the decisions have been by the quarterback. He's not being too greedy. When the shot plays have been there, he's taken them, and they've scored points because of that, but he just takes what the defense gives him, and you're just whittling away, and you're marching the ball down the field. Really good decisions by the QB.
Back to pass, it's Sellers. Here's the heat. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They've been trying all game long, different ways to affect him, weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls in.
Caught in the backfield, it's Jacobs. Absolutely nowhere to go as his defense makes a third down stop. They were banking on the yards after the catch, but that went into the negative column.
And I'm banking on the ball coming out quick. When I'm a defense and understanding third and short, understanding they're going to throw the ball really quickly, try to make a play, the defense knew it, broke on the football, made a nice tackle to force a fourth down.
On fourth down, looking for the completion. Down he goes, and the defense snuffs out this drive with a sack.
He had nowhere to go with the football. You could tell, surveying the field, somebody's got to get open to go make a play. Man, throw it up, run it, do something. You can't take a sack on fourth down. You got to give somebody an opportunity to make a play for you.
Through his hands and incomplete. He normally makes that catch every time. It's second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Making side adjustments here. To the air on second down. He fires a bullet to the right. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on second down. They're staring at third.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls. Against this receiver and his speed, he's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up. But if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
That's another example of just really good football. This is why they've built the lead here in the second half. Nice job pressuring the quarterback, making him feel uncomfortable, coming into somebody else's building and keeping it really, really quiet.
And they'll blow it dead just across midfield around the 45. Plenty of time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. He'll do it himself. And they get him on the ground, and that'll probably do it for the third quarter. So the final period starts with a second down play. Looking to pass, it's Sellers. Now adjusting. Got a little space inside the 45. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down, and he slides in safely.
Nice job by the QB, sitting back in the pocket. You can tell he wants to throw the football, go through his progressions. Nothing home, take off, and slide. I love the slide at the end. Don't take a big shot.
Scrambling away. Trying to escape and get it himself. Forced out of bounds, and they'll mark it dead at the 34.
He does a good job of dropping back, going through his progressions. Nothing there. What do? Go get some yards. Make it positive. Don't sit back in the pocket and force something into a bad situation or take a sack. Great job making something out of nothing.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Using the quick game. Excellent job working through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down.
This is so interesting right now, watching this offense stay aggressive. They've got the lead in the fourth quarter, and you're thinking at home, we got to just run the ball and try to bleed the clock. They found something on defense they're taking advantage of. 2 straight completions. I won't be surprised if they throw it again.
His defense fully aware that he can run. They stop him after a short gain.
I got to be honest. I know the defense respected this guy's running ability. I don't know, though, if they knew it was this good. He has been gashing in this game with his legs, and already you're seeing the defense now make some adjustments to slow this guy down. They were able to get him to the ground. He's still got a couple yards, but this has got to continue for this defense. You know he is going to carry the ball.
Leaves it with the back. He'll be down at the 4-yard line after that terrific run.
Really impressed with the running back. His stats haven't been great, right? Every yard has been hard to come by, but these are some of the best runs we've seen in the game by him, and it's happening at the most important time here in the fourth quarter.
Quarterback keeps it. Moving toward the end zone, and fumble! Oh, the offense fortunate to fall on that one, and they'll live to fight another play.
Well, the offense is able to avoid disaster right there. Problem is they fumbled it, but thankfully they were able to jump back on and not have a turnover.
They've got it down to the 3. Now it's second and goal. Down to the 1-yard line, right on the doorstep of Pater.
Well, he gets tackled down at the 1-yard line, so offensively, do you feel confident enough on third here trying to hand it off again?
Yeah, and I'm taking both these downs, and I'm coming downhill. I'm running the football, trying to get this in the end zone. I only got a yard to go. I got to be physical.
They'll turn to the jet sweep to try to convert. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks.
And it's almost as if the defense knew that jet sweep was coming. Great job getting penetration at the point of attack, and they were in the backfield, nowhere for the receiver to go.
The offense didn't even glance to the sidelines. They'll stay out there and go for it on 4th and goal from the 1. We've reached a 2-minute timeout. In all likelihood, they could just run the clock out. We'll see if they want to rub a little salt in the wound. They've already put this game in a hammerlock, and now they'll go for the submission hold on 4th and goal. They want to run this quarterback. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, South Carolina. They're now in really good shape to get back into the win column as they extend the lead here late. And that extra point is a big one as they now have a 3-possession, 17-point lead in the 4th.
31, Tennessee, 14.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Looking to throw, it's Aguilar. Caught over the middle. It's Thomas. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football, and a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting them the football, letting them get some positive yards.
They're looking to throw on 2nd and short. Moves away as he feels pressure. He gets rid of it, but I don't think they're going to let him get away with that. Nope, here comes the flag. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. He's looking downfield to throw. Makes the grab. Boy, that was a precision play all the way around. Throw, catch, tackle, bang, bang, bang.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You got the big lead, so you can play big zone coverages. Just keep the ball in front of you. Keep your eye on the quarterback. Rally to the football. Gang tackle. You're going to win this game.
And that deep shot's going to wind up incomplete, but we do have a flag on the field. Let's see what the official says. You can grab, but you can't hold on. The defensive holding penalty will give this offense a first down. The offense comes back out with a new set of downs after the penalty. Looking downfield on 1st down. Quarterback adapting. And the sack all the way back at the 5.
It's pretty obvious. This defense came into this one knowing they were going to have to play a complete game until there were zeros on the clock, especially against this quarterback. You cannot take your foot off the gas, and that's exactly what they're doing here. Late in the 4th quarter, they're still bringing it, and they get another sack.
Snowed under by the defense.
I like that big, reliable security blanket. And that's what tight ends are a lot of the times. They're just usually big, huge guys that if I throw it anywhere near him, he's going to pluck it, catch it, and give me some positive yards.
Grabbed in the backfield. It's Matthews. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains. They mark it at the 29. Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Flushed out of the pocket. Lets it fly. And it's picked off for the 3rd time today.
Nice job by the...